What if I told you I managed to clone an app that is making well over $40,000 and pretty much all the core features of the app is indeed working? And yes, that's exactly what I'm going to show you in this video. And now that we have all these AI coding tools floating around, creating a mobile app or a web app has become dead simple. It's as easy as just uploading a couple of screenshots and then explaining what kind of app you want, and the AI can build it out for you in minutes. And today in this video, I'm going to show you how I managed to clone a successful SaaS startup that is making well over $40,000, or let's say have $40,000 MRR, and we will be building that only using AI. And we will not only just build the app, but also make sure to test it to make sure that it doesn't have any bugs or any issues. And now if that sounds interesting, without wasting any more time, let me quickly jump onto my computer screen and show you the whole process. Alright, so this right here is bankstatementconverter.com, and it is a SaaS that is actually making well over $40,000 on a per month basis. That is to say, this app is doing $40,000 MRR. And what does this app do, you ask? Well, it's a simple PDF bank statement converter website where people could upload a PDF file and then download the data in XLS, CSV or other format. Yeah, the app is solving such a niche use case problem and is managing to make well over $40,000. And how do I know this app makes $40,000, you ask? Well, the actual person behind this particular app has publicly shared the kind of money that he is pulling every month. And as you can see, for July 2025, he made well over $40,000 or 40,650 USD in July. And look at the graph and the trajectory that this product has been growing. So basically it is a very simple app and it just allows people to upload a PDF statement and then download it in CSV or XLS format. And the thing is that even in 2025, there are many banks out there that does not provide the option for users to download the statement in XLS or CSV format. And that is the reason why people are relying on this particular website right here. And today in this video, I'll show you how we can make a real working version of this app entirely using AI. And for building the entire app from the ground up, we'll be using Cursor AI. So as you probably already know, Cursor AI is one of the best AI coordinators out there, and this is what we'll be using in today's video. And if you don't already have Cursor, you can go ahead and download it and start using it. Or if you prefer to, let's say, use any other tools, for example, let's say Tray AI, Windsurf, VS Code, or even web-based AI coding tools like Lovable, Bolt, or let's say Tempo Labs or anything as such, you can still follow along and the steps are going to be more or less the same. So let me quickly go ahead and open up Cursor. So here I have opened up Cursor and I'll open a blank folder. So here I have opened up a blank folder and we don't have anything in this project right here. And now I'm planning to create, let's say, a Next.js based project. So for that, what I'll do is I'll just open terminal and I'll run this particular command, that is npx create next app @latest and then a /. And now if I open the official website of Next.js, I can find the installation command in here. And if you want to learn more, you can click on this get started button, go to the installation section, and you'll be able to find all this info in here. So if you want to use, let's say, React or any other framework, it's okay. But in this video, I'm actually planning to use, let's say, Next.js. And next up, I'll hit enter. So basically I want to create a Next.js based project. TypeScript yes, ESLint no. I'll just put defaults to all the options, and within seconds a Next.js based project will be set up. So let's wait for it to complete. Alright, so there you go. Next.js is now successfully installed, and if I run npm run dev and hit enter, that should start the development server, and it is running in localhost 3000. And there you go. Here we have the project up and running. And next up, towards the right side, I have opened up a new chat interface, and this is where all the magic happens. So all you gotta do is to explain what kind of app you want to build in this input box right here, and the AI gets to work. And what I'll do is I'll simply go ahead and describe the kind of app that I want to build. I want to build a bank statement converter website where users could upload a PDF file of a bank statement and then download it in CSV format. So basically the idea here is that a lot of banks does not really provide the users the option to download statements in CSV format. So they only get PDF file, and we will use AI to process the PDF file and then create a CSV file and give the users the option to download the same. And I have already set up Next.js, and you can take it up from here. So this right here is the prompt that we will begin with. And now you might be wondering, how the heck did I even manage to speak all the content and magically fill the prompt in here for me, like with the proper formatting and all that? Well, that's because I use a AI powered voice dictation app called as Willow Voice. So if you want to use it, you can just head over to the first link in the description below and head over to willowvoice.com and download the same for your Mac. And now I have used multiple voice detection apps in the past, and I must say this is by far the best one that I have used. It is super fast, it makes no mistake, and it even formats all the content for you. And now all you gotta do is to keep pressing the function key and speak whatever you want to, and now Willow Voice will capture all of that and process it with AI and then fill it for you with proper formatting and text indentation and everything else. And even if you make any mistakes while you speak the same, the mistakes will be automatically fixed by Willow Voice. And that is exactly what I used to write this prompt right here. And all these words like CSV and PDF are written in capital letters, and even Next.js, the word Next.js is properly formatted as well. And now that is the cool thing about using Willow Voice. And the interesting part is that they even have a generous free plan where you get 2000 free words, and no, you don't have to enter your credit card information. And now just to show you a demo, here I have opened up a demo Google Doc, and I'll use Willow Voice and speak something and see how it formats everything. Hi Alice, I received your email and the plan is solid. Good job on that. And we would like to move forward with it. Thank you for sharing the same. Best, Astro. Look at that. I just went ahead and spoke whatever I want to, and here it has formatted everything nicely. Here we have Hi Alice, the actual content, then our Best and Astro. Everything is properly formatted, and as you can see, it adapts in real time, understands the name and context, and sounds like you. And if you want to, you can even add words to your dictionary and personalize Willow Voice however you want to. So definitely make sure to click the first link in the description below and check out Willow Voice. And now I'll select the model as Claude for Sonnet. So here we have GPT-5 and all that, and it's completely free too, but it's kind of slow. So to get things faster, I'll use Claude for Sonnet. I'll put it in agent mode, and now I'll click on the send button. And now what happens is that the AI will go ahead and analyze the request that we gave and will start working on the project. It will analyze the entire code base and current files that we have within our project, and it will go ahead and create an action plan and then start making the same. And as you can see here, Cursor AI has went ahead and made like 9 to-do items. So the first is installing the required dependencies, then create PDF file upload component, create API routes, implement PDF text extraction and parsing functionality, integrate AI service with OpenAI, implement CSV generation. Then okay, it is now asking us the permission to install a couple of packages like PDF parts, Multer, then OpenAI, Lucid React and all that. I'll click on run. So basically the AI is going to install all these packages that are needed for processing the PDF and also integrating OpenAI. So we will wait till it is done. So there you go. The AI is done writing the code for our bank statement converter website, and it is asking us the permission to run the dev server. So I'll click on run. Okay, so dev server is running, and it says, okay, key features implemented, modern UI, PDF processing, AI powered parsing, CSV generation and download. And now it is asking us to get our OpenAI API key and create a .env.local file and add the same to the project. Okay, sounds good. So okay, so this writer is the UI of our website for now, but if I want to, I can edit and make changes to it anytime. But before that, let me quickly go ahead and grab OpenAI API key, so I can log into my platform.openai.com account, then go to the API section, and then I'll click on create new secret key. Let's say bank default project, create secret key, and I'll copy the same, head back, and it is asking us to create a new .env.local file. So I'll create one .env.local, and I just need to type OpenAI API key equals and paste the same, and I believe that should be it. I can save the same. Yep, I can click on keep all, head back, and now this is moment of truth. We want to see if our website is actually functional now, and for that what I'll do is I'll simply go ahead and upload a file, or let's say drag and drop one, and let's see if it works. So this writer is a sample template of a bank statement that I got from the internet, and this is what I'm going to upload to our app. So I'll simply drag and drop the same in here. It says account statement.pdf, and I'll click on convert to CSV. It says processing, and it says an error occurred during conversion. Okay, no issues. We can click on inspect, go to console. It says the server responded with a status of 500. Okay, why is that? Is our server running? Okay, it seems like we have some problem up in here. And now what I'll do is I'll simply go ahead and copy this error code and click on add to chat option, and I can use Willow Voice, and I'll say when I upload a PDF file and I click on the convert to CSV button, it shows the following error on the screen, not on the screen but actually on terminal, and I'll hit enter and let the AI figure out and fix it for us. Okay, it says I can see the issue. The PDF parse library is trying to access a test file that doesn't exist. This is a non-issue with. Okay, I'll click on run PDF parse library. Okay, let the AI fix it. It is now asking us the permission to uninstall the old package. I'll click on run. So it says the issue is now fixed, and if I refresh, and hopefully it works this time, so I can select the file, upload it again, and let's see, convert to CSV. So here we still have the problem. Okay, let me do one thing. So right now what happens is that we upload a PDF file and we are trying to parse and let's say extract all the textual information from the PDF file and then send it to AI to sort of create a CSV file. Now in that case, we don't even need AI in most cases, but let me ask the AI to modify the functionality such that we send the whole PDF file to the AI and let the AI do the work, right? So in that case, we don't really need all this PDF parsing and all that complex stuff in here. So I'll invoke Willow Voice by pressing the function key, and I'll simply go ahead and say, right now it seems like we are extracting the textual content from the PDF file and then processing it. How about we modify it such that we send the actual PDF file to the AI, in this case OpenAI, and then we ask OpenAI to do everything and give us back the CSV. So implement that. So there you go. All of that is nicely and neatly formatted and filled in here. And now I'll click on send. Let's see. Oh, it says great idea. You're absolutely right. Instead of trying to extract text locally and then sending it to OpenAI, we can send the entire PDF directly to OpenAI's vision model, which can process PDF files natively. Okay, let's see. I mean, you have options, so you can select whichever one works the best for you. So let's see how it goes. It is now removing all these unused packages. So I'll run all of that and hopefully this should make our app work again is what I guess. So let's see. So there you go. It seems like our app is now working. So I just went ahead and tried to upload a PDF file again, but this time around I got an error because the app was actually working, but we had some problem in the way the OpenAI API was sending us the response. So it actually wrapped the content instead of markdown, and that was actually causing some problem. As you can see, I went ahead and gave a prompt and it says it works, but it says, and I copied the same thing and pasted in here. And as you can see, the AI was actually sending a response in markdown format while we want it in CSV format. So the actual feature is now working. So I can, okay, I need to start the development server and maybe I can clear this first and npm run dev, hit enter. I'll refresh the page and I'll drag and drop the exact same file, click on convert to CSV, and now it will take a couple of seconds for the AI to process the PDF, send back the response, and then show us the preview. And we will also have a download button within our app, and when the user clicks on the download button, the CSV formatted file should be downloaded to our computer. So there you go, the conversion is now complete and it says your bank statement has been successfully converted to a CSV format, and we can find a preview of, let's say, the first 10 rows along with the download button. And now as soon as I click on this download button, it downloads the CSV file, and let me quickly open it up real quick. Okay, so there you go. This right here is okay. Just as to compare if it is accurate, I'll maybe open the original PDF in here and maybe the converted one in here, and let's see. So first of all, here we have the date column, and it is actually picking all these date from the first column, not this one is what I guess. And then we have the description. The first one in this one is that is best Embarcadero parking, and here we have that is $25 minus, is that it? Okay, so $25 was less from the original one, and it has actually marked it as well. Okay, credit, debit, and all that. Then we have AIG insurance, -121. Okay, the numbers, okay, maybe put it here. All right, Trello subscription, where is it? Trello subscription, 35. Debit, yeah, I mean, all of this is actually correct. So I guess in the system prompt that we gave, we actually only included date, description, amount, balance, and type. Maybe if we want, we could actually go ahead and let's say modify the system prompt such that we will ask the AI to extract the headers from the PDF itself and then format it. Okay, I guess that would be a much wiser option. In which case, the basic option, or let's say the functionality, or let's say the core functionality of the app, that is the ability to upload a PDF file and downloading same, is indeed working, right? So the core functionality is there. And now that our app's core feature is working, next step, I'll go ahead and try to incorporate authentication using Supabase and also implement a database. And we want to store all the data. So every time a user converts a PDF file, the actual results, right? So this result right here should be stored in the database, and we'll also create a history page where users can anytime visit the history page and maybe download the file and get access to all the past conversions as well. But before I do that, let me actually make sure pretty much everything that we implemented so far works the right way. And for that, we will be actually using TestSprite. Okay, so basically we will use TestSprite MCP tool to run a quick check to make sure we don't have any errors or anything as such. So let me quickly go ahead and do that first. And now for testing our front-end and back-end implementation, we are actually going to use TestSprite. So basically TestSprite is a AI-powered software testing agent that will automatically run tests for you to find any issues, security vulnerabilities, or pretty much any problem both in the front end and the back end. So you basically add TestSprite MCP tool to Cursor, and with the press of a button, you can actually go ahead and run a full report, and it will give a report to you, and then you can feed it back to the AI, and now the AI will automatically fix if there is any problem. So all you're going to do is to head over to testsprite.com or click the link in the description below and sign up for a new account. And now to add the same to Cursor, I'll click on this try MCP free button right here, and you'll find a button called as install now. I'll click on the same, and now click on add to Cursor, click on open Cursor, and there you go, it has opened up Cursor and it says install MCP server, and here we have all these details. And next up, to configure, you will have to log into your, let's say, TestSprite account and get an API key from this section right here. So generate an API key and you can paste that in here. Now in my case, I have already added TestSprite. So as you can see, TestSprite is active. And next up, to use it, all I gotta do is to open a new chat, and I'll simply go ahead and ask, okay, maybe I can use Willow Voice. So I'll say, could you please run a full backend test for the API that we currently have in our app? You can use the TestSprite MCP tool for the same, and after running the comprehensive test, give me a full report. So this writer is the prompt that we will give, and we are asking the AI to run a test using TestSprite and give us the report. So I'll send the same. And now that we have already added the TestSprite MCP tool to our Cursor and it is configured, it will now use the same, and then it actually goes ahead and runs the testing process. In which case, let's see. Okay, now it is calling the TestSprite bootstrap test tool. So I'll click on run, and now it opens up a testing configuration page like this. And now backend is selected. The scope is code base. The type, we don't really need authentication yet, so I'll choose that. But in the future, we actually want to tighten the security. We will actually have to add some sort of authentication. Local port, yeah, 3000. And next up, you need to upload the product specification doc. So in this case, I have already prepared one. So I'll simply go ahead and, let's say, drag and drop it in here. And it is a basic documentation that I created using Cursor itself. So what I did is I just opened up Cursor like this, and I asked to analyze this particular API route that we have and create a product specification document. And I just asked it, and then I created a PDF file, and I have uploaded the same in here. And now I'll click on this continue button. It says upload success. The page will close automatically. Okay, I can now head back to Cursor. Okay, it is now creating a new folder. I'll click on run. And as you can see, it is creating all these files and generating the PRD, the plan, and everything else. And I'll see you after it's done. So as you can see here, TestSprite has started a proxy server and it is now running the backend test. So right now we are running a backend test. Similarly, if you want to, you can also go ahead and run a front-end test as well. So there you go. It says test execution completed, and now it will create a comprehensive report with the findings and recommendation. And now we can go through the same. So as you can see, it is now creating the markdown file with all the information as to all the tests that it did and everything else. So we will wait till it is done. So there you go. Here we have the test report, and now it is now categorizing everything as to what was tested, file upload and validation. So here we have some problem, it seems. Then PDF to CSV conversion, that works. Error handling works. Security and privacy works. Performance is also good. So here we have some problem with PDF processing feature. Okay, that is something that we need to fix. And now the interesting thing is that you can ask Cursor to analyze the document that TestSprite has created and go ahead and fix all the issues that it has identified. So as you can see here, we have a couple of issues identified now, and you can ask the AI to fix that. And now if I head over to my TestSprite account, and if I click on this MCP test option right here, and I should be able to find the new test that I did just now. So there you go. Here we have it. And as you can see here, we have the complete report, and we have one test failed and rest of everything is passed. And if you want to, you can click on this one. You can find the test code, the report, and everything else. So if you want to test your app, just make sure to use TestSprite. In which ways, now that the testing part is done and we don't really have any major issues within our app. So next up, I'll go ahead and try to add authentication using Supabase. So what I'll do is I'll first of all head over to supabase.com. and then head over to my dashboard. And just in case if you don't already have an account, just head over to supabase.com and sign up for a new account. And they do have a free plan, and it is basically a backend as a service platform that allows you to add authentication, file storage, database, and all that to your, let's say, project. So I'll click on this new project option. I'll just say bank, generate a random password, select a random location, and click on create a new project. Never, yeah. Okay, the project is ready. And now what I'll do is I'll head back to Cursor, open a new chat, and I'll say, next step, I want you to add authentication into our app using Supabase. So only authenticated users should be able to use the app. So we want to create a login page and a sign up page. And for now, only include sign up, or let's say sign in with email and password. Okay. So this right here is the prompt, and I'll click on send. So basically we want to add user authentication into our app. Now it has created a couple of these plans, and first of all, we need to grab our API keys and stuff. So if you want to, you can actually click on this API docs option right here. And then maybe let's say open the guides, then go to authentication, click on server side rendering and click on next.js. So this is basically the guide that we want the AI to follow. And I hope it is what the AI is using. So it is installing the Supabase client. I'll click on run. And if I scroll down, I can now select the project URL and I can copy the project URL and also the anonymous key. And these two are the information that we will need to put in our .env.local file. So we can actually do that right away. So we'll copy both of these, open the .env.local file, and then I'll paste the same in here, and now copy the project URL and add the same in here, and also the anonymous key and add the same in here as well. Okay, I'll save the changes. So that part is done. And now let's wait Cursor to implement all of that, and we will take it up from there. So it seems like the authentication is implemented and now it is trying to build the project. Well, I don't really want to do that, so I'll skip that for now. Okay, it says authentication implementation complete, and it has created quite a lot of pages and all these. And now it is asking us to input the next public Supabase URL and also Supabase anon key. And we have already added both of that. So everything should work right out of the box is what I believe. So, okay, let me refresh the app, and seems like we have a problem. So it says parsing ECMAScript source code failed. So I'll copy the same and I'll say it now shows, and then paste the same. And maybe I can also copy the content from terminal. And to make the life of AI a bit more easier, so I'll copy this doc from here, or let's say the URL of this documentation page. You may refer to this one and hit enter. So just in case if the AI has some trouble to implement Supabase authentication, it can look through all the content in this particular page and implement the same. And hopefully this should fix the issue. So let's wait. And now it is installing Supabase SSR. So this is actually something that we need. So for setting up server-side authentication for Next.js, as you can see here, we need Supabase SSR, and earlier Cursor did not install it. And now when I give the link to this particular documentation page, Cursor has now installed it and it is updating the implementation. So that is one more thing. So if you, let's say, want to implement any third-party service into your app, like in most cases, Cursor will have a good understanding of it. But if it's relatively new, or let's say a new feature is introduced, then it can become tricky. And in such cases, you can just copy the URL and paste it in the chat, and then ask the AI to refer to the URL and then implement the same, and it should work without any problem. So let's wait anyways. Okay, so seems like the implementation is now complete. And if I go to, let's say, localhost 3000, it is now showing us a login screen. And just as to make sure everything works, I'll just restart the dev server and then refresh it again. And before I try to create an account, I'll head back to my Supabase account and go to authentication, and then click on sign in providers, and make sure to disable this confirm email option. So otherwise I'll have to set up a SMTP server. So I'll do that. And now if I go to, let's say, the users section, as you can see here, we don't have any users yet. Now this is moment of truth, and just as to make sure. Okay, so the implementation is now complete. And now if I click on the sign up option, and then let's say enter my email, then a dummy password, and click on create account. There you go. It says check your email. So we don't actually have to do that. And we can click on go to sign in. And if I go to the authentication section, and if I click refresh, I should hopefully find the new user entry in Supabase. Let's see. So there you go. Here we have the user, provider's email, the email. We have the UUID. So here we have the ID, and pretty much everything else is in here. And now I'll use the exact same credential to log in. For example, we could actually go ahead and enter a wrong password. And when I click on signing in, it says invalid login credentials. And when I put the right password, it will log me in, and there you go. And right now, only authenticated people will be allowed to use our app. Okay. And next up, the feature that I want to implement is that we want to store all the results of every conversion into a database. And then we want to create a history page such that the user should be able to head back to the history page anytime so that they can access the history of all the conversions that they have done and also copy the CSV file if needed. So that is the next feature that I want to implement. So what I'll do is I'll open cursor again and maybe I can create, okay, let's keep it this way. And now I'll click on this function key to invoke Willow Voice and I'll give the prompt. Okay, so the login and sign up is working. Next up, I want to implement a feature where all the converted data is actually stored in a table in our database. And we want to create a history page in our app where the users can visit the history page anytime and find all the past conversions and if needed, copy the data. So I want you to implement the same next and give me the SQL query to run on Supabase to create the tables necessary. So please implement this feature. So there you go. Willow Voice has actually filled in everything for us and it has even got the word Supabase correct. Really great. And I'll click on send. And now it says I'll implement a database storage feature for the converted data with a history page. It will create the SQL query to create Supabase tables, update the API route to save the conversion to database, create a history page and then save conversions and also add the same to the navigation to the history page, and that should be it. And in the prompt, I specifically mentioned it to give me the SQL query to run in Supabase. So if I open Supabase and if I go to this SQL editor section right here, I can run that particular query that the AI has given me and I'll click on this run button and now it will automatically create a table for me. So I don't have to manually create a table, for example, like this. Okay, so that is one thing. And as you can see in this project right now, we don't really have any table. So what I'll do is I'll wait for the AI to implement this first and then we can run the SQL query and make all the changes, or let's say create the table. So let's wait for it first. All right, so seems like the database implementation is now complete. And next up, what I have to do is I'll scroll all the way up and I'll copy this SQL query that the AI has generated. So I'll copy the same, head back to the SQL query section in Supabase and I'll paste the same in here. So this is it. Basically, we are creating a table called as conversion and then a couple of indexes, adding row level security, a couple of policies, triggers and everything else. Okay, I'll click on this run option and now it will say success, no row returned. It means it will be successful. I mean, the run was successful. So yeah, and if I go to the table editor, here I can find the table. So conversions and conversion history. It has actually created two tables, by the way. And now I'll open cursor. Okay, now the next step that I want to do is I ran it and it should now work out of the box is what it says. And now if I head over to my app, I can find a history option towards the top. I can click on that and it says no conversions yet. Good. And let me try to drag and drop the exact same file again like this. Click on convert to CSV and hopefully everything works. And after conversion, the data is displayed. We get a download option and also the same is stored to database as well. So let's see. So there you go. It says conversion complete. We get the option to download the CSV file and it works. And here we can find the preview and this is the moment of truth. So if I head over to the history page, look at that. There we go. Here we have the entry. And if I open the conversions, here we have the entry added. So here we have the CSV data in this particular column. I'm not sure why we have two columns in here, but in which ways it's working, right? I can anytime head over to my history page and find the file name, the actual converted content, and I can either copy the content or click on this button again to download the same. So that feature is also working. So far, we actually created almost 75% of the original bankstatementconverter.com website, but a couple more of things are actually next to be done. So the first thing is obviously adding Stripe for payment. And again, this right here, the one that we built is actually a MVP is what I would say. So right now we are actually using the AI, like generic AI, like OpenAI for sort of processing it and giving us the CSV back. And no, the thing is that each and every statement issued by each and every bank is going to be completely different. It will have completely different columns, headers and everything else. Basically, it will be formatted really differently. And now to fix it, you either want to create a custom parsing engine or you will have to, let's say, fine tune an AI model for better performance. So you can actually get samples of all the different banks, like all the leading banks, and then you can download the format and all that. And you can actually create a pre-configured format. And maybe even before we upload, we can also ask the user to select the particular bank from which they got the statement. And then we can do custom processing to make it foolproof and also make it even more, let's say, reliable is what I would say. In which ways we are there almost like 75%. And next up we can add payments, and also if we want to, you can actually add even more stuff to make this thing even more efficient is what I would say. So yeah, this is the overall flow of building something using Cursor AI. And now we actually managed to replicate the core feature, authentication, and even database functionality of a SaaS or a software as a service that is making well over $40,000 every single month. Think about it, yeah? So this is how simple it is. We have all these coding tools like Cursor, Lovable, Bolt, and all that. And it makes creating an app so seamless. And now even when you are vibe coding the app, just to make sure everything works as expected, you can even use TestSprite for running a quick backend and frontend test to see everything works as it is. And now that's pretty much all I wanted to show you in this video. And again, if you want to, let's say, take your vibe coding experience to the next level, I also suggest you to use Willow Voice. So I've been using Willow Voice for the past 1 week, and trust me, it is one of the best AI-powered voice detections app that I've used, and it pretty much gets everything right. And one thing that I like a lot about Willow Voice is the fact that it automatically formats the entire content for me. Like, for example, in this case, the person might have spoke this continuously, but Willow Voice actually went ahead and properly formatted it, created the bullet list, and then added all of that, just like the demo you saw earlier in this video. So yeah, they also have a free plan. So definitely make sure to check out Willow Voice as well. And now that's pretty much all I wanted to show you in this video. I hope you guys found this video useful. If yes, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.